Am I supposed to do the intro?
Go for it.
All right. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Now That You Mention It. This is an exciting episode because we have Ethan here
Very exciting.
with us.
I think I'm like your number one fan.
You think, or you know?
Actually, yeah, I am your number one fan. I mean, unless someone else out there.
Listens to every podcast three
Yeah.
times.
I don't listen to it 3 times, but comment. You know what? Next podcast. Actually, when this drops, comment. And if you beat me, then you're the number one fan. I'm setting that
There you
challenge
go.
out there. And if you open this podcast and there's already a comment, I'm better than you.
There you go. All right. How are you doing, Elijah?
I'm good. I'm struggling with the audio right now. It's all over the place. So for those listening, I'm really sorry. I'll try and fix it for next podcast, but it's less than desirable right now. For those watching, also sorry because you still have to hear it. No, it's not going to be the same there because the settings are also on the computer as well that need to change. But other than that, I'm doing fine.
That's good.
Having a pretty
That's
good time so far. I got a haircut for those on the camera. You can tell.
Give us
little
a full view.
Fit check.
Yeah, can you do a 360?
There's the back of my head.
There you go.
I don't know if you
It's
guys
beautiful.
saw that. Okay.
Well, you can actually see the back of his head now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could see it. They could see my hair before.
Yeah, but not the actual back of your head.
No. Not unless I'm throwing it back on camera. Then they can see the back of everything.
Quite.
Aaron, how you doing?
And we might have some comments from the Peanut Gallery because we do have another guest here. But
He's
Yeah.
not on
Yeah.
mic.
You might hear a tiny voice in the background, and that would be our friend Henry.
I think I can whip around the mic real quick. He can introduce himself.
off camera.
Hey guys, for those listening, I'm not on the camera, but I'm your residential person from an actually good state, land of the free, home of the brave, where we actually believe in free rights and the ability to actually have a vote and not just vote in the most autistic people into power. But I'm Henry Callender. I think only people I know listen to this, so probably already know who I am.
Well, we have people all over the country listen to this.
All over the
Yep,
country.
all over the
wow.
country. We have one guy from India.
What?
Yeah.
I definitely tried to scam you guys. Not to be racist and stereotypes.
I think you only listened to it one time though. All right, Aaron. Highs and lows.
Highs. Definitely the camping trip
Oh yeah.
that we went on. That was pretty fantastic. We'll probably have a few stories here and there about it. But I think a high was just getting to the lookout area and just having 360 view of all of, the Cascades. And it was just amazing up there. Especially, I don't know, just being very winded and then sitting down.
And then being windy.
Yep, and then it was very windy up there. And then probably low was being shoved off a cliff. That was pretty bad. I got some cuts that I reopened, and my back really hurts because it landed on a rock. It wasn't a cliff. It was, a hill that turned into like a
It was just
6-foot cliff.
It definitely was a slope for sure.
No.
Noticeable drop off.
No, there was a slope. The rest of it was just a drop.
Yeah.
A slope does not indicate a drop.
Well, technically there still is a slope, but yes, it was a
Yeah,
drop.
but a slope usually means it's at
You
about a
could walk it.
45-degree
Yeah,
angle
yeah.
versus a 90-degree angle, which is what you went off of.
Yeah, which hurt a lot.
Shout out Laird Marlatt.
Yep.
Yep.
You all know him. He's been on here before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knew those hands could do such menacing things?
We all did. We all knew.
Yeah, he's hurt me so many times.
Emotionally, physically.
Yep, emotionally.
I don't know. It's possible.
I don't know. He's not that good at insults, so.
That's I don't know. I would hate it if I heard that. You're not good at insults. That would be an insult right there. You've said I'm not good at
There
insults.
you go. You're pretty good at it, so
Appreciate it.
you're welcome.
This is probably
you freaking suck.
At what?
Just giving you an insult right there.
Oh,
Yeah. Is that good?
no,
Okay.
because it's got to be poignant at one particular piece that you are self-conscious about.
yeah.
The British insults are the best ones.
So if you talk about Laird's upside down ears or something,
Yeah. Go back to episode 10 and zoom in on his ears.
yep, you'll see it.
That's what you need to comment on this episode. Just even if you didn't look at episode 10, just go, "Oh yeah, he does have upside down ears."
Yeah.
I need everyone to do that for me real quick.
All right, Ethan. What was your high and low of the week?
I think you have to go the camping trip as the high. That was really fun. I mean, camping's just fun in general, but when you're with friends and close friends too, who you kind of are in danger of being shoved down a cliff from, like that's just where the most fun is had. It's like it's the risk versus the reward. It's like, yeah, I could get shoved down a cliff, but I'm having a ton of fun.
Yeah. And let's just clarify, this was not like your, I guess, regular camping trip. It was a backpacking up.
Oh yeah,
Was that like 3 or 4 miles?
About 4 miles.
I give it 3.
3 miles? All right.
Yeah.
3 miles, and then to a place previous,
Previously visited.
hikers that were there had seen 4 bears on that same trail.
Mm-hmm.
So we put our food up in a tree and slept on the ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, my high.
We didn't get Ethan's low. Did we get your low?
No.
Oh, what's your
Okay.
low?
Yeah, what's your low?
Just during work, I like just tweaked a couple things, so my left leg isn't feeling so hot. But, I mean, if that's the worst that's happened to me, I'm doing pretty great. So, for the most part, been a great week.
My high, I guess, was also camping trip. That's fun, hanging out with you guys.
That's crazy that hiking
Yes.
was a part of your high.
No, hiking was my low.
Okay.
Hanging out with you
guy.
guys was fun. Hiking sucked. No, I still don't like hiking. I did it because I like hanging out with you guys, but hiking is not fun. My low actually this week is, and for those, again, I'm sorry, this is once again about soccer, but there is a Portuguese player named Diogo Jota who
Yeah, that's really
died in a car crash this week.
Mhm.
And it's not necessarily the fact that, like, oh, I really like this player. It was more like it kind of like made me realize, like, holy crap, like life could really end anywhere
It is
because
very somber and yeah.
because he was 28. He just won a trophy with Portugal. He just got married. He was like just chilling with his brother in a car, and then he crashed
driving a
died.
Lamborghini.
driving
too.
a Lamborghini.
So like you are at the high of your life.
Yeah, and
And
then
you're also in your prime. Like this is the best you'll probably ever be at soccer.
yeah. Well, he's coming to the end of his prime because he's 28.
Yeah.
He's coming off of it, but like it was pretty sobering when I saw that.
Yeah.
And like I don't care about Liverpool at all. I don't really even care that much about
Nihil satis nisi optimum.
Everton fan.
Yep.
But it was like seeing that he died and like
Yeah.
that was pretty sobering. So that really sucked. Yeah. And so just all pretty much the rest of this because he passed away or he died
Mm-hmm.
like Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. I don't know because it was somewhere in Spain, I believe. So I don't know what the time difference.
Yeah.
I don't know what time it was, but these last couple of days have just all been about like remembrance of him. They had a funeral in Liverpool. They had like the largest, it was huge turnout in like on the Merseyside River of just red, just because all the Liverpool fans came out to honor him. Everything is pretty cool. And then they had a funeral, I think this morning. Yeah, that was kind of sobering, but I'm grateful for the time I have had so far. And so if I do end up passing away in a Lamborghini, I'm grateful for all of the time that I have spent.
That's true.
All right.
That's good.
Are you guys ready to move on to the next segment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So
I'm
here
the
is the
guest. You do what you
scenario.
want.
Here's the scenario presented ahead of you.
Okay.
All right. You guys have been tasked with taking the ring to Mordor.
Okay.
Okay? And as you know, you need a fellowship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys get to pick your fellowship of 8 other people. However, you have to choose one from each of these categories. Okay?
Okay.
You need 1 world leader, 1 athlete, 1 musician. Hang on. Actually, let me get out my phone so I can remember all of them. And
Are these past and present?
it's okay. It's current world leaders, but they don't have to be
Oh.
leading a country. They can be like politicians, but I say they have to hold a pretty major position.
Okay.
But they don't have to just be a leader of a country. Okay, so 1 world leader, 1 musician, 1 athlete, 1 actor/actress, 1 historical figure, 1 social media influencer,
Okay.
1 fictional character. Caveat here: cannot be Lord of the Rings character.
Dang, I was gonna
So-
say an eagle.
No fictional characters, or no Lord of the Rings fictional characters, and then 1 wild card. So you could take another person from another category. It could be someone
Who
that
doesn't fit in any of the categories?
doesn't fit
Okay.
in any of the categories. But you have to choose 1 from each of those.
Okay.
Are there any people right now that you guys are like, this is who I want, out of any of the categories?
Immediately actor, I go Viggo Mortensen.
Okay, I'm not counting that. You cannot take Viggo Mortensen. No
Well-
actors/actresses from Lord of the Rings.
Okay, then no immediate. Well, world leaders. So it kind of doesn't help that most like prominent world leaders don't touch grass.
I know my world leader,
Yeah,
Zelensky. Vladimir Zelensky.
that's true.
Because-
he is well known. Like he knows a lot.
But also he's a comedian,
Oh,
so
he does.
he
line
would
up
he
for
would
me.
he would have like some comic relief, but also have the authority.
The Pippin.
But Pippin doesn't have a lot
yeah,
of like.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, if we take away the morality, and perhaps the poor decisions that this person makes, Putin actually wouldn't be that bad.
That's what I was thinking.
Putin.
Because
Yeah.
he's well driven. Also, he could wrestle a bear like that. You know, if
Okay.
I'm worried about bears, Putin's got me.
Also,
Okay.
are we deciding this together,
You guys can come up with
or
your
we
own
come up
list.
with our own
You guys
fellowship,
can come
or
up-
we a part of?
This is more just a
Fellowship.
discussion.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to come up with a hard and fast
Okay.
list, but
Gotcha.
let's try and follow the rules here.
Yeah. Yeah.
JD Vance wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a Marine.
He was a Marine. He knows his way around weapons. I think he knows a good amount. He came from like the hillbillies of West Virginia. Like he can get scrappy.
Yeah.
I would want to be. I want him on my side in a fight. So
Yeah. I would say like influencers. Jocko Willenick or
Willink.
David Gott.
outdoor
Willink,
boys,
yeah.
bro.
Oh,
that'd be a good
true.
one. Outdoor boys. would
Yeah.
be good.
Outdoor boys.
Does he fit into any other category?
Outdoor boys.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be a wild card.
Oh,
For those of you who don't know, Outdoor Boys is one of the best camping YouTubers out there. And I want to have some honey butter bread.
Yep.
Yeah. Sadly, he stopped making videos. That might be like the low point of my entire year was that Outdoor Boys isn't making content anymore because it is fantastic. But I think out of all the influencers, yeah, you might want to take Outdoor Boys because his navigation is pretty fantastic.
But I'm not just going like survival
Okay.
here, like because
We're going fighting orcs.
because if you think about the Fellowship, 4 of them had no experience, like surviving in the wilderness,
True.
and they did just fine.
And
So
4 of them had war experience, I guess.
Legolas, Gimli,
Yeah,
Good.
Gimli.
Aragorn,
Aragorn.
Boromir, and Gandalf.
Oh, true.
So I mean, I guess you want someone similar to Boromir, but you don't want a corruptible character like Boromir. So you have to be careful.
So probably not Putin.
Yeah, I think you're right. If there's a ring of power looking around, I would not trust Putin with it. Shout out to all you Russians, but I don't trust your world leader. Sorry. But that's crazy. But I mean, if I gave him the one ring to rule them all and in the darkness bind them, I don't want him with that.
I think the hardest one of this list to decide would be like a musician, because
Yeah, they're not really.
because most of their content is about music.
Sabrina Carpenter.
What? Oh, she'll be able to fit into the.
She's our hobbit.
Yep. There you go.
Well, have you seen the thing that like because Sam carried Frodo and he wasn't affected by the ring, like
Mhm.
therefore, if you're carrying something that's carrying the ring, then like you won't be affected. It's like why didn't they just tape it to a mouse, right? Sabrina Carpenter, she just tape it to her and you can just carry
Dude,
her.
I just got a fantastic think the exact opposite. This is athlete Eddie Hall.
Oh, that would be a good one.
You give Sabrina Carpenter the ring, like just duct tape it to the palm, and then you duct tape Sabrina Carpenter to Eddie Hall's back and say go, and the ring is in mortar in like 3 business days.
If I'm going with an athlete, I think I'm gonna go with like an MMA, or a UFC, like a UFC
Okay.
fighter,
Mm.
because
Which one though?
that's a good question. I mean, John Jones is the best pound for pound fighter.
But he retired and he's scared of Tom Aspinall. So no, I don't want to. I don't want to scaredy
I
cat.
think I'm gonna go Conor McGregor just for the cockiness.
True.
Even if he can't, he is going to take on an army of orcs for me.
Stay out of the pubs though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stay out of the prancing pony and the green dragon.
Yeah.
Aaron, are there any one of these categories, any characters in here that you're like, someone comes to mind? Because we also like historical figure. You could get a lot of people from his history.
Yeah.
Are there any one of those like some World War II heroes maybe?
Who was the guy in World War II who went into battle with bagpipes, a bow, and a broadsword?
I don't remember his name, but I remember who you're
Jack,
talking
Mad
about.
Jack.
Mad
Yep,
Jack.
Mad
yes.
Jack. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Takes
So
away
the
the aura.
bagpipes were somebody else
Yep.
Dang it.
from the peanut
Yeah,
gallery.
I guess that's a good shout. Daniel Boone.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Daniel Boone would be a good pull, I'd say.
You could go with some like explorers.
Yeah. So
True.
I think you need route finding. You got that with Outdoor Boys and Daniel Boone.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also need like the brawl capabilities, which that's where McGregor comes in. Even Eddie Hall, because he's done some fighting stuff.
Yeah.
But then you also need like a leader, which is I guess that's where good old JD comes in.
Yeah, and I mean,
What other categories do you have to fill up?
so you still need a musician. I mean, I guess if you're taking Sabrina Carpenter,
Yeah.
athlete, and then actor/actress, social
Oh.
media influencer. You went Outdoor Boys, right?
Yeah.
Fictional character, and then a wild card. There's a lot of fictional characters.
Fictional.
Yeah, I had a fictional character and now I've
But
lost it.
I'm gonna say this: if you take the fictional character, you get their physical capabilities, their mental prowesses, but no, like if I took a Jedi, I'm not getting a lightsaber.
Oh.
This has to be
So
boring.
Lord of the Rings, like Middle Earth accurate.
Okay.
Maui, he's shapeshifter.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I would count Maui.
Okay.
So you take Elsa.
You could take Elsa.
I'm not taking Elsa, but for reference, I could.
Yeah, you could take Elsa. You would still be able to have the freezing powers.
Well, if
And
you took a Jedi, you would still have the
Force.
and the mind.
Mind tricks.
Yes.
But
Mind
would they
tricks.
work
but that's
on
part
the
of
Dark Lord?
That's part of the Force. No, I don't think so.
You don't think mind tricks would?
No, because Sauron isn't a physical being.
True. Yeah.
He is a spirit. So I
Yeah.
don't think he really has a mind to influence, if you know what I mean.
Do you think if the Force was around, Sauron would have it? He could have control over it.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't think just putting a force wielding character in Middle Earth automatically makes the Force a capability that other Middle Earth characters can wield. I think it's specific to that character.
Okay. Fictional character. I'm not sure how fictional he is actually. I don't know. This could be historical fiction. While I work, I listen to audiobooks, and I just finished the Scarlet Pimpernel. I'm taking Lord Percy, the Pimpernel. Sorry, that's a massive spoiler. I'm taking the Pimpernel. Because he's a very audacious guy, and he can break you out of a situation, and he carries less of like the root finding or like the brawling, but he's a problem solver.
Okay.
So, I want him.
Aaron, do you have a fictional character?
I was thinking more like a Legolas, and I was thinking Angus from Not the Beef, But
Well, I wouldn't mind having that on the trip to
yeah.
Mordor.
No, but the Bozeman in one of Douglas Bond's books.
Interesting.
He's very
Yes, it sounds
Almost
that
like-
sounds familiar.
yeah, because like he was on a ridge, and just
Yeah.
shooting. Like they were all using guns, but he was using an arrow. He
Fun
was just
fact:
sniping them.
we were taught. We went to CC, which is like a homeschool co-op, and the director of that CC is now married to Douglas Bond.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like
Because I
the
met his
weirdest
wife. I just
connection.
didn't know that.
Well, I'm not sure because
When did you meet his wife?
That would have been like 4 years ago.
Possible.
It's possible.
I think for my fictional character, I'm gonna go with Anakin Skywalker, most powerful Jedi to exist.
But the ring
Yeah, he's very corruptible.
is he though?
But no,
But
he-
he's not
no, no,
fighting
no.
for Padme.
One. Okay,
That's why he was
Padme
corrupted.
doesn't exist.
Mm.
He also doesn't have.
Palpatine.
He doesn't have an evil Sith Lord in his ear
Yeah.
constantly.
Unless he has the ring.
But if the ring's near, the ring will do whatever it can.
He's not the ring bearer. I'm the ring bearer, or you're the ring
Okay,
bearer.
but if
we're
he
the
gets
ring
it-
bearer.
Yeah,
But no,
we're the
Sabrina
ones-
Carpenter's the ring bearer. Come on.
Yes, but you're tasked with taking the ring to Mordor. So you choose your people.
I'm delegating that responsibility to
Anakin-
Sabrina
okay.
Carpenter.
I'm gonna go on a rant here.
Okay.
Anakin is not a corruptible character. He was failed by the system. He was mistreated by the Jedi, corrupted by, cheated by a Palpatine, and not given enough. Obi-Wan was not a great example or not a great leader for Anakin.
That's true.
That's
Obi-Wan-
actually fair.
Obi-Wan could have done better, and I love Obi-Wan, but he could have done better for Anakin. I think the main reason why Anakin turned to the dark side was the Jedi's unflinching rule on no Jedi can marry. But that's not unflinching because they let Ki-Adi-Mundi marry multiple times.
Yes,
And
but
yes, I know it's his species thing that he has to repopulate, so
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
they don't have a lot of men in that species, so
Yeah, yeah.
they let him marry multiple times. However, I don't think Anakin is a corruptible character. I think he was corrupted, but I don't think
Okay.
that's his tendency. I think if you give him solid
that's fair.
influences and solid authorities, he's going to do great.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
with-
taking Anakin.
With that
Okay.
in mind, do we take other characters around Anakin to ensure he stays good? Like, do we maybe get rid of Sabrina Carpenter?
And take like a. But okay, let's look at-
Willie Nelson. I think Willie Nelson and Anakin Skywalker could be the next greatest duo to ever exist.
That'd be pretty good. I think an actor. We need an actor as well.
John
Brad-
Cena.
John Cena. That'd be a good one.
Can't see him.
But I'm trying to think.
Morgan Freeman, just because of his voice.
Yeah.
I can
Just because of his voice. I think that's like our. That's what he brings to the table, but that's the main course. That's what he brings to the table. Is his voice.
Because I don't want to go with anyone like Dwayne Johnson or John Cena. That's pretty much just
Yeah, just brute.
just brawn, just
Yeah.
muscle.
And we have that with Eddie Hall.
Yeah, I mean you can get that. You can get that with an athlete. Like,
yeah.
But you also took Conor McGregor. Never mind.
yeah, I took Conor McGregor.
But
I think Conor McGregor and Anakin Skywalker are probably going to get. They're going to be.
get scrappy.
They're going to be the Boromir and Frodo of this. Not in terms of like
Oh,
one has a ring, but in terms
Yeah,
of like they're going to
Like
kind of go
the
head
roles, yeah.
Or could they be Legolas and Gimli?
to head. Ooh, that's a good shout. Enemies to
Ooh.
lovers. I mean,
What?
That's my favorite part of the book. Yeah, I do like that. That's a good shout. I'm on Elijah's side with that Anakin Skywalker pick.
yeah, I'm taking Anakin Skywalker as
Yeah, I think so.
he's the most powerful Jedi to ever exist. And also, if you think about how the Force works, it's an energy field that binds all living things. There are so many living things in Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna feel so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I think
so
fictional character, you take Peely the banana.
Give him an M4 and he's ready.
Yeah.
And then
Give him a couple wood planks. Give him a little building sheet.
I ran out of mats.
Aaron, do you have
He's
a
one shot. He's one shot. He's one shot.
Aaron, do you have a
Um,
musician that
Musician.
you might want to go with?
When I think of a musician, I just think of kind of just a face.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't
Like
really.
what Spotify shows you when you click on the artist.
I mean-
like their profile picture.
No.
King Von.
Oh, you should take.
If you're trying to get rid
if
of
you're
the
trying,
bad guy,
if you're trying to survive, take King Von.
if you're trying to commit violent acts, take King Von, guys,
But the thing is,
Okay.
he's no longer around.
Oh.
because he's dead or in jail.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
He might be.
Yeah,
Regardless.
He was he's a rapper, a very
Rapper.
Yeah, he died in 2020.
Okay.
He was very violent, very gang affiliated.
Yeah.
Young man.
KSI.
No.
No, I'm not taking KSI.
He would complain the entire
He would
time.
complain
Oh,
the
that's
entire
so
time.
true.
Conor McGregor would punch him in the nose.
Unless you get Steve as a tag along with KSI's
Dude,
bodyguard.
is that a package deal?
I don't think so. No. I think you have to take. You could take KSI as your social media influencer, and you could take Steve as your wild card.
Oh, I see.
I think when I think of music, and if I'm thinking of Lord of the Rings, there's one artist specifically that is very like associated with Lord of the Rings. Like his music really conveys that feel. A lot of edits of Lord of the Rings contain his music, and that's Hosier.
Oh.
And I don't think he has like a lot of survival skills per se. I don't think he has. He's definitely not super strong. But I'm taking him just because I really like his music, and also I think he would be at home in Middle Earth. I think that would be his. I think he'd feel very at home, and he could definitely act as kind of a glue.
He could.
to my kind of crazy squad here with Anakin, Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
What's our squad looking like? Can we get
Yeah.
the
Okay.
list real quick of what we've said?
So, world leader, you went with Putin.
No, because of the ring. I went JD Vance.
JD Vance, that's right. Musician, you're taking Sabrina Carpenter.
No, Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, okay.
Thank you.
Athlete, you went Eddie Hall.
Yeah, Eddie Hall.
Actor, actress, we haven't chosen that one yet.
Ooh.
I've been thinking. I did say Morgan Freeman, but I'm not sure if I'm locking that one in.
Maybe Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, but he's too busy, man. He's too busy making movies. He's in every single movie. I think he's gonna be like Gandalf,
had,
but
like-
less valuable. I was delayed. Why? I was making Fantastic Four.
Keanu Reeves and his dog.
Oh, I'm not sure I want Keanu. He doesn't seem like he's a good team player. You need a team player,
Yeah, that's true.
if that makes sense. Again, along the Star Wars vein, I think Ewan McGregor is a good shout.
What about Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler's a fantastic.
Or what about Tom Holland?
No.
You get, like,
No.
you get the youth.
No.
He's a child.
I mean, I guess if
He's
you,
older than all of us.
I
Yeah.
guess if you recast the Lord of the Rings, Tom Holland could be in it. I think
Like right now.
as a
As
Hobbit.
Gandalf. Oh.
Okay, that's a good question.
Gollum.
Just okay. We don't want to go. I don't want to go super far down this rabbit trail, but we definitely could.
Yeah.
If you were to recast Lord of the Rings right now, who would you put as Aragorn? I would say the most important character. Actually, no. I think Frodo is probably the most important character.
Frodo
But
is the
Aragorn is super high up there. But who would you recast as Aragorn?
Let's see. That's a fantastic question. Robert Downey Jr. No, you don't pick RDJ. But Chris Evans.
Chris Evans?
No.
No. No, not Chris Evans.
As an elf, though, do you think Chris Evans could be Legolas?
I don't see
He's
it.
too big.
Yeah, I don't see Chris Evans.
Elves
as-
have to
my
be
bad.
nimble and
I could see Chris Evans as like a man of Rohan or Gondor. I couldn't see him as an elf. Because I'm trying to think like character. You could do Matthew McConaughey.
I was actually just thinking that and Christian Bale.
Ooh, Christian
Um,
Bale.
But they're about as old as Viggo Mortensen.
They're a little younger.
A little younger.
Arwen saves Frodo. All right, all right, all right.
We can just leave that there and have people comment who would you
Yeah.
guys recast as Aragorn in
Hmm.
that one. Um,
That's-
I think
that's a good
if I
question.
was to go with an actor,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to think of someone that's kind of like acting a little bit like Hosier, like a glue to the group.
Okay, so you're looking for glue, not necessarily utility.
Right now, I am.
Okay, that's fair.
If I take an actor or an actress,
I don't think you take. I don't think you take a woman here. A woman complicates things a lot.
clip that. Just just alone. A woman complicates
I
things.
mean, am I wrong? But especially, I think you need like that drive. And maybe a woman is a distraction, or they're a liability.
Do not
mean-
take Natalie Portman.
No, that's like
Especially if you have Anakin.
especially if you have Anakin Skywalker, then he's actually going to take the ring. The only woman I'd be happy taking is Bawada Sia from a historical figure.
Oh, that is a great one, actually.
Yeah. If you don't know who Bawada Sia is,
I don't know.
She
Oh.
she was a Celtic leader that fought against the Romans.
Were they
Oh.
Celts? They're what was the name of the barbarians before the Romans came in England? Were they Celts?
There's you
What
have
was the big one?
Huns.
the Visigoths,
think-
the Vanguards,
I think it was just the Britons.
Vandals. That's right. The Britons.
Britons. But regardless,
She was
led
she
a
was
warrior
a-
tribe in England
Yes.
against the Romans, and like legit was freaky. Jojo Siwa, fantastic. Walk it in. Get out
For
of here,
the social
outdoor
media
boys.
influencer.
Jojo Siwa. No, outdoor
You could take
boys.
her as a musician.
She's not a musician. She doesn't know how to do music. I'm sorry.
No,
If Jojo Siwa is listening to this podcast,
that's crazy.
you don't really know how to do music.
Oh, this is who I'm taking for my wild card.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, his name narrates all the nature documentaries.
Oh, David Attenborough.
I'm taking Sir David Attenborough
That-
for my wild card.
I like it.
I'm taking him as my wild card.
like it. Huh. Okay.
You can take historical figures.
Okay.
You can also take a dead person as your wild card. Historical figures.
Historical figures. Okay. I wouldn't
George
mind taking.
Washington.
I wouldn't mind taking Churchill, except he's not very mobile.
Yeah.
And he's gonna need his cigars.
He's going to. But so did Gandalf. Like I would take Churchill as a Gandalf figure, but Churchill would be delayed, not because he was going somewhere, but because he wasn't moving. He would need his baths. And
I found a chair in Minas Tirith.
Yeah. And I sat down and smoked my pipe. No, he smoked cigars.
Cigars, yeah. I saw his box.
Huh?
His cigar box.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we
I think
did.
it's
That was
Emerald.
fun.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, historical figure. This is another one that's gonna be like he's gonna be
Hitler.
No, he's gonna be he, exactly. But no, this character is gonna
Like
be
the orcs buy everything from
this
them.
character is gonna be in the mix with Conor McGregor and Anakin Skywalker. Andrew Jackson. He
Ooh.
he's gonna be
Yeah.
another fiery character, but he's gonna be one that gets stuff done. It might not be the right thing in the moment. It might not be done in the right way, but he's gonna get stuff done.
Also, historical figures. Richard the Lionheart. I think is up there.
Mm,
He's your Boromir or Aragorn, one or the other. I think Andrew Jackson could be your Boromir, and Richard the Lionheart could be an Aragorn.
I don't think Andrew Jackson fits any of the traditional Lord of the Rings roles, though.
You don't think
he has,
so?
I think he has a different personality altogether. I think that's who I'm taking.
Also,
for my
you
historical
get
figure.
you get unlimited $20 bills. So there you go. You can fund your entire trip.
I don't
with
know.
Andrew
I don't
Jackson.
know what currency Middle Earth uses, but
Well, they better switch over to the U.S. dollar.
yes, we're gonna imperialize.
Yep.
well, it's in New Zealand, so I don't know if that.
Well, we'll just take over New Zealand real quick. Well, JD Vance is on our side. We can convince him to do that.
Yeah, he's got to get Greenland first, though.
That's an option.
Athlete, Aaron, did you take an athlete?
I don't think so.
Do you just take Lionel Messi because he is a hobbit?
He's a very fast hobbit.
Very fast hobbit.
But
Very nimble
also,
hobbit.
he doesn't speak English.
That's fine.
Just have to.
Give me my wowo.
Mikrolov Otra.
Bad boys. Oh, sorry.
I think
hmm.
if he was able to communicate with us, no, he's not exactly a great leader. He's a good leader with the people around him, but I don't think he could do well in a scenario with a bunch of new people.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if if there's a World Cup trophy on the line, he's taking us to victory. But we're destroying something, not trying to win something. What if you took going soccer players here, Virgil van Dijk,
Oh, I like it.
strong, tall,
Yeah.
amazing leader.
Yeah,
Yes.
good leader.
Although he is a Liverpool player, so I
Yes.
automatically have to rule him out.
Yeah, Vincent Company.
No,
No,
What?
no, I'm not taking Vincent.
he
Kompany.
doesn't listen to people who are younger than him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't you.
But he capitalized on it.
Once.
I'm not taking Company. There's
not
so many
taking
better leaders in
Vincent
Company.
All right.
I mean, he's a good
Um,
coach at Bayern Munich, but he sucked at was that Burnley?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
was
he was
royally screwed
trash.
over
He was
Burnley.
trash at Burnley. I don't know why
I
Bayern
don't know.
signed him, but
Oh.
he's doing great over there. But he sucked at Burnley as the coach. So he can coach the good players, cannot produce results out of the not so good players.
I think we might need another glue. Just because all these people that we're taking, Conor McGregor, Anakin Skywalker, Eddie Hall, the style of people that we're taking,
It's like competitive.
they're very competitive and they're also very different. So you do need more glue than just Hosier. Because Hosier, what is he gonna do? Yell? Yeah.
It's gonna serenade them.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but I also took who did I take
the
as,
Tom Bombadil.
as an actor? Oh,
You-
or I took one other glue person. But wild card, I mean, you have Sir David Attenborough.
Yeah, I like it. True.
You could take for a social media influencer. If you go with Outdoor Boys,
Mhm.
he would be good at corralling everybody.
He would.
Yeah.
He would.
And world leader, I mean, I have Zelensky.
Yeah.
I think he'd be good.
Move on.
Come in the name of piss. Dun 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 dun. You seen that meme? We come in the name
I have
of
that.
peace.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I think we've successfully beaten that dead horse.
Yeah.
So everybody comment down below your 8 characters that you guys will want to take with you to destroy the ring. The one ring to rule them all, and then the darkness mind them. Okay, now we're going to move on to
9 for Mortal Men. Doom
the
Style.
trivia section. And this one
And in the darkness.
is just a which came first. So we have 20 questions.
Oh.
Which came first, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
And you guys are probably going to work together on this one. Okay, first one. Which came first? Star Wars: A New Hope or Jaws?
Oh. So New Hope was 1975 or 78. Oh, I'm so glad we have Henry in the. Okay, Jaws came first.
Jaws.
It is Jaws, but you guys were off by 1 year.
Uh,
A New Hope came out 1977. Jaws
Oh.
came out in 1975.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay.
And did you
Closer
know
than we-
that in 1977, the year that A New Hope came out, was the last time you used a guillotine? Guillotine.
Yep.
Okay. Which came first, Netflix or YouTube?
Wait.
Oh, I think it's Netflix because at one point Netflix was literally it was a DVD sharing. Like you would.
Oh really?
Yeah, like they would mail you DVDs. We were at a camp and the camp speaker was like, he was just talking to us about like how things have changed and how Netflix now it's an online thing, but they used to actually send you DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is you would like get the catalog and you mail it in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I'm
makes
gonna say
sense.
Netflix first.
Okay. What year do you think Netflix came out?
Oh. I would say 70s, like early
What?
70s.
way too early.
Holy
You
cow.
think My bad.
Has to be. Yeah. I was gonna say like 95.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out in 1997.
Okay.
Close enough.
And then what year do you think YouTube came out?
2000.
It came out in one of the years that one of us was born.
4.
7.
2005.
Oh.
Oh.
Yep.
Huh.
So Netflix was next. Netflix came out first. Okay, which came first, Google or Yahoo?
Whoa. I hate Yahoo.
Yeah, Yahoo just seems
Yahoo
older,
sucks.
so out of spite. But regardless, Yahoo's awful. Our mom uses Yahoo, and I don't understand why.
We cannot get her to Google.
That's crazy.
We cannot get her to Google.
She uses Microsoft Edge to access Yahoo, and it's one of the worst things ever. Just use Google.
Yeah. That makes me think that Yahoo's older.
Yahoo's older by 4 years. It came out in
But
1994,
it acts like it's a millennium older. Holy cow!
and
Yeah.
Google
That
came
out
out
of
in
my face.
1998. Okay.
It is hard stuck.
Which came first, the PlayStation 1, or Nintendo 64?
Well,
See,
that came out in
I-
1964, didn't it?
We gotta lock it in. I don't know anything about Nintendos, so I don't know. Was Nintendo 64? Was that the first Nintendo console?
1996, probably.
I think. I think
Huh?
so.
It's my fault. Okay, when Nintendo 64, if you guys heard it,
I did.
okay,
Was
Ni-
everyone listening?
96.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't.
I don't actually know.
I still don't know.
I have no clue.
Mm,
I think.
comes out every
I think
10 years.
I think Nintendo, because no, those are Game Boys. Because when I think Nintendo, I think Mario, and
That is old.
yeah, Mario's old. But the thing is, Nintendo took Mario.
But PlayStation.
PlayStation is
Think.
old.
I'm trying to think what the Nintendo 64 looked like, and I think they looked pretty similar. And the PlayStation 1.
I have a feeling that PlayStation might be first. I don't know though.
I'm gonna say Nintendo.
Okay.
You on
You-
Nintendo?
Yeah.
I'll trust you. Nintendo.
It was PlayStation.
Dang it.
It came out in 1994,
Oh.
2 years earlier
Okay.
than the Nintendo 64.
Well, of all the things to not know, I'm glad I don't
Yeah.
know that.
Which came first, Spotify or Pandora?
Golly days. Come on, give me
I-
like.
it's either Pandora is older and Spotify saw that and just made it infinitely better, or Spotify just started and just kept getting better.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like Pandora maybe because what I'm basing this off of is in my childhood which one was more popular, and I seem to remember Pandora being used more.
Yeah,
So I'm
least for
gonna
me.
say Pandora. What do you?
yeah. I would say Pandora.
Okay.
It's correct.
Yes.
Came out in
Ooh.
Y2K, and
Okay.
Spotify came out in 2008.
Yeah, makes
Okay.
sense.
All right, which came first, the Premier League or Major League Soccer?
I'll let you take this one, Aaron.
Major League Soccer, because didn't Premier League come out in?
Uh-huh.
It was even. It was in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's the Premier League.
it is.
Yeah,
It's
Premier League.
by like a century.
No. There's been an English top flight for a long time. The Premier League is in.
Oh, when you put it
is-
like that.
The Premier League came out in 1992. MLS in 1996.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so when you
'Cause-
said Premier League, I thought top flight soccer, and when Aaron
No.
was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
it's got to be
No, no.
2000," I'm like, "Oh,
That's why I said Premier League, because Premier League is not that
Okay.
old.
No.
Never mind.
Premier League just celebrated their 30th like 3 years ago.
what was it before? National League?
I forget, but yeah, the Premier League is. It's no. Barclays was also Premier League.
Yeah.
I can look it up, but
Okay.
MLS. Yeah, MLS is not much older than.
Because when did it change to the system we have now, where we have like championship?
It's always been promotion relegation.
It's always
I
been
think.
promotion relegation. Always. They
no,
just.
but like when did the next league come out?
What do you mean? What do you mean the next league?
Because was championship before Premier League or after Premier League?
What?
And then, because then there's championship. No, and then what's below that? That's
The top tier
League
before
One.
Premier League was the Football League First Division,
Oh, okay.
and they competed and the stuff like that. But what we know now is the Premier League did not come out until 1992. Yep.
Gotcha.
All right.
Fair enough.
Which came first,
My bad.
the first FIFA World Cup or the first Olympic soccer tournament?
So the Olympics have been going on. Oh, when did they start?
the Olympics.
Yeah, when did they start? But like in a modern format, because obviously ancient Greece, yeah. But like when did they start in the modern format? Because I can't imagine. You think so? Yeah. Okay. Then it has to. When was the World Cup?
Do you guys know who won the first World Cup?
Wasn't it? Uruguay?
It was also held in Uruguay.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Because for a while.
Home
it
field
was-
advantage.
Huh?
I said home field advantage.
Exactly.
Yep.
But then they won the next one.
Yeah.
And
They won the first
Oh.
2. They haven't won any since then.
Dang.
Yeah.
and I mean, they're still a good soccer country, but they're just not at the level. But for a while, and we're saying iteration, not necessarily all the world was involved, right? Because for a while, World Cup was literally just South America and Europe.
First ever FIFA World Cup was when Uruguay won.
Okay.
Yes.
Golly
Or the
days.
first Olympic soccer tournament.
So, I'm leaning Olympics.
Okay. Aaron?
Yeah, I would say Olympics because then
Wait,
they could
Olympic
have that.
soccer.
Olympic soccer.
Yeah.
Not Olympics,
World Cup.
Olympic soccer.
World Cup.
Aaron, are you still sticking with Olympic
Yeah,
soccer?
I'm
Okay.
gonna stay with Olympic.
One of you is correct.
Okay. Well, yes.
Aaron is correct.
Oh.
Olympic soccer was 1900. The FIFA World Cup was 1930.
'Cause I,
Oh,
I was
really?
I was thinking. Wait. Say that again. Sorry.
Olympic soccer was 1900. World Cup was 1930.
Shoot.
Oh,
Holy
dang.
cow.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
My hypothesis was
Next one. Which came first, the invention of the telephone or the light bulb?
Huh.
Are we talking about string on the end of two
Yeah,
cans?
like Graham Bell.
We're talking about Graham Bell for telephone. We're talking about what Edison made as the most efficient light bulb.
Okay. Shoot.
This is kind of just a toss up.
It is very close.
But I don't
would
have any
say-
way of deducing one from another. Like I can't backtrack and be like, okay, this.
Well,
I
then
remember-
just flip a coin. Just pick one.
Okay. That's fine.
Light bulb.
Telephone.
One of you is correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Ethan is.
Yes.
Okay.
Telephone came out 1876. Light bulb 1879.
Dang.
All right. Which came first? This one should be very easy. Declaration of Independence or the French Revolution?
You do know, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Declaration of Independence.
Correct.
Happy 4th. That was yesterday, but happy 4th.
And next year
Yeah.
is the 250th anniversary.
Yep.
So Declaration of Independence, 1776. French Revolution.
1789.
Yep.
You know what?
Sorry.
In
I didn't
1789, the
you.
French Revolution began when the citizens stormed the Bastille and
And
fought for the Declaration of the Rights of Man.
We should probably
Later,
stop.
during the
Never
reign
mind.
of terror, aristocrats'
Aristocrats'
heads were removed by the guillotine. They said guillotine in the song.
Yeah. Going back to guillotine.
Uh-huh.
Do you what was the date?
Conor
you said?
McGregor.
1789.
1789.
Mm-hmm.
When
When was the last?
no, I was
use
saying last of
Oh,
last
1977.
1977.
Who used
No,
the
I thought-
guillotine?
It was
France.
France. But
Good
I
old
heard it was like
Frenchies.
84 that the last one was. Oh wait, no, sorry. That was the last public hanging. Was 1984, and that was
Okay.
in France.
Speaking of our, actually, I'm not sure if I want to dox them real quick. Never mind.
Okay. Which came first?
They could figure that out.
Which came first?
Oh.
The Great Wall of China's earliest construction or the Roman Colosseum?
Wait. I think it might be Colosseum, just because I think the Great Wall, the Great Wall was made because of Mongolian invaders, and I'm trying to remember if it was Genghis Khan was the Mongolian invader or if it was just previous warring tribes. So, is it the? Any suggestions?
I not really. Other than
Okay.
that, the
Yeah.
the Colosseum has seen a lot more.
Yeah, Coliseum has seen better days. Great Wall still seems kind of good, but that could
Yeah.
also be.
They also have sections that are still standing.
Yeah.
Some of it.
I'm
is-
gonna send Coliseum.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Colosseum as well.
You guys are off by about 700 years.
Oh.
Holy cow!
So the
Nah.
Great Wall of China was 7th century BC,
Shoot.
Holy
and the Roman
moly.
Colosseum was about 70 to 80 AD.
Is this when it was Started or finished?
It said earliest construction,
Oh,
so probably when it was started.
okay. That makes sense
That's what
then.
early construction means.
Which came first, Instagram or Snapchat?
Instagram. Because that came out on the first iPhone.
Okay, I trust you.
Because it,
I trust you.
It had a
Aaron,
way
with my
different-
life.
okay.
you're wrong,
Okay, I
then we
don't
both
want to
die.
take that upon myself.
Instagram. Aaron said Instagram, so we're going Instagram.
Yeah,
Instagram is correct.
there we go.
Instagram was. Do you guys want to guess what year it was?
I'm trying to remember when the first iPhone came out. It was like 1998.
No.
Oh.
It's 2010,
Oh.
and Snapchat was 2011.
Nah, 12 years
Which
off.
came first, the iPhone or the Android?
iPhone. Because it was
iPhone,
so-
or was it so called the iPod?
iPhone.
Wait.
Then
I think I'll still go iPhone. That's my gut. I'll go with my gut. I don't know much of the Y2K crap.
But is like, what is Android? Because is Android like BlackBerry? Is BlackBerry, or are they just
BlackBerry is-
their own?
I think Android is a specific operating system.
Oh. Okay, then I'll go iPhone.
You're correct. It's 2007 versus Android 2008.
Okay. Wow, they're actually closer than I thought they would be.
Which came first, Jurassic Park or Toy Story? And these are the first ones of each movie.
Dang. Not really.
I
But I
correct me
don't-
if I'm wrong, but isn't Toy Story 1980?
I don't think so.
No, I think it's 1990.
Well, you know.
I mean, I know, but I don't think they had that level of animation in 1980.
like late 1990s.
Because
Okay, 'cause I remember it being-
1980 was like the Dire Straits video.
Oh.
Bum
Oh.
bum ba ba da bum ba 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 ba
Yes.
bum bum ba
Because
ba
I
da
just remember it being
bum.
Money for nothing and chicks for
revolutionary.
free.
Oh, true. And my mom kind of grew up with it.
That was like the best animation that they had seen.
Yeah, it was insane.
So And then that's when Jurassic Park came out,
Sure.
around there.
But Jurassic
But
Park came
that's
along
like
with Star Wars, I feel. Like that style of animation.
Okay, so even earlier.
Maybe. But also I don't know that much.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jurassic
Talking
Park.
on my rear here.
Jurassic Park is correct.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 1993, Toy Story 1995.
Okay, that was later than I thought. That makes sense.
I'm gonna skip to the last couple ones here. We're just gonna do the last couple and then we'll move on to the next one because we're almost at an hour anyways.
All right.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Dang, Tommy was
Which-
having fun.
Came first, The Lord of the Rings or The Chronicles of Narnia? The books.
Oh,
And this is the first, like when the first book was written.
well, C.S. Lewis wrote Narnia towards the end of his
C.S.
life, but yeah.
Like
Hmm.
not Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Because people have, I think Lord of the Rings was after World War II because people have tried to say that Lord of the Rings was an analogy for World War II, and people say that's actually rude to Tolkien to say that, or as he would like to be called, Tolkien. But so, I don't have a good timeline on Narnia though. What do you think?
Because I don't remember. I
Wait.
don't remember when Tolkien wrote.
Oh,
Like, in
they're
his
both
life.
after World War II. At least after the start.
Because
'Cause
Chronicles of Narnia.
Chronicle- would've been-
Lion,
was
Witch, and
written.
Wardrobe. The reason why they're at the place is because of the London Blitz.
Okay.
When Germany was going boom, 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 boom over London.
Boom,
Mhm.
boom, boom, boom.
I want you in my room.
Da-da-da. We spend the night forever. Boom, boom. Sorry. You know what? I feel like Narnia's earlier.
I'm gonna go with Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
One of you is correct.
Okay. You need to stop with this gag.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Okay.
1950 versus Lord of the Rings, 1954.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then last one. Which came first, Facebook or Twitter?
Oof.
Facebook was the first social media, I thought.
Okay, then Facebook. Henry
Facebook?
just,
Yeah.
Henry just
All right.
cooked us.
Facebook. Yep. 2004. Twitter is 2006.
Henry said Facebook was the first
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, social
I think
social
he's
media
correct.
platform.
Well, I mean, you had MySpace.
Maybe Facebook was
Uh,
the big one.
Yeah.
You also had the paper.
it's definitely the longest lasting one out of what out of what we still use today. All right. Now we're going to move on to the final segment, and we're going to be drafting a five-a-side of Marvel characters. And since we have 3 people, the way it's going to work is one person will start.
We're
Then
gonna
we'll
snake
go.
draft.
Yeah, we're going to go. So, like, if Aaron starts, it'll be Aaron, me, Ethan goes 2, takes 2 picks, me, Aaron takes 2, me, and then we go like that. So, Aaron, Ethan, rock, paper, scissors, because I'll be in the middle no matter what. Rock, paper,
'Kay.
scissors for first to go.
'Kay.
All right.
You can go first.
Okay, Ethan, go first. So that means, Aaron, you're going to have 2 picks. So,
So
Okay.
and to clarify, we have
one goalkeeper,
one keeper, and 4 on the field. Or
one
5?
goalkeeper, one defender, one midfield, one forward, and then one player that you can put in any of the outfield positions.
and then we get a coach, right?
Yes, and a coach.
Okay. I'm going to take my goalkeeper first.
Okay.
I don't think.
Ooh, wait, hang on. Sorry, before you, do we want to do Marvel characters or superheroes? Any superhero.
Oh, if we do superheroes that throw, because I did create a list. So I'm prepared for Marvel characters, but I'm fine if we do superheroes.
Let's do superheroes. So
Superheroes.
Marvel, DC, spin-offs, one-offs, what have you.
Oh, okay.
Any superheroes.
You know, I still think my goalkeeper's gonna be. I'm picking Groot as my goalkeeper.
Oh, okay. That's a good pick.
He's,
Big Groot, little Groot.
I take Infinity War Groot
Okay.
because that's when he's at his most nimble. He can
Yeah.
still grow arms.
He's like teenage Groot.
Teenage Groot, yeah. Teenage Groot, pubescent Groot. I'll take pubescent Groot. That's my goalkeeper right there.
Okay. I'm going to go with my midfielder. And when I think midfielder, I want someone who can be very controlling of the game,
Mm-hmm.
really manipulate the other people. Is very good at.
Okay, I know where you're going.
He's very crafty, very
Oh.
nimble. And I'm going to go with Loki as my
Ah,
midfielder.
Mm.
I like it.
He is going to manipulate you guys, control the ball, control the pace of the game, and I think he's
Mhm.
going to be a solid. He doesn't have the Mind Stone, but he will be.
I thought he had the Space Stone.
Yeah, he had the Tesseract, which had the Space Stone in it.
Yes.
But no extra powers like stones and everything. But
Okay.
as a soccer player, I think he'll be great in midfield. So Aaron, you
Alright.
get 2 picks now,
Okay.
Lucky
and then we'll
Boy.
come back around.
I'm gonna go with my midfielder
Okay.
as Captain America.
Okay, that's
Good
fine.
leader.
Yep.
Kind of stereotypical.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. And then my goalie being Spider-Man.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
Freaking
that it was either
swinging
Groot or
around.
Spider-Man for me.
Yeah.
Does he have webs? Which Spider-Man? 'Cause sometimes he doesn't have webs.
I think Spider-Man gets webs.
Yeah.
You can have webs, but also I like he's super strong. Like he can dive really well.
Yeah.
Great,
Hang on the crossbar, block out with his feet if he needs to.
great pick.
Just stick it to the side of the
Yep.
post.
And I'm assuming Captain America is your captain.
Yes.
I mean, he kind of has to.
Yeah.
He has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna go with the goalkeeper, but you guys already took yours, so
Yeah,
mine's
you-
safer now. I'm gonna go with my coach, and
Please don't.
there is a very clear coach.
There's a
Super clear coach. It's Nick Fury.
Oh,
That's
never mind.
that's what I was thinking. Of.
Nick Fury is my
Yeah.
coach.
I have another coach.
Not only is he good at recruiting,
Mm-hmm.
he's a good manager. He can handle Loki, but
Yeah.
True.
I'm taking Nick Fury.
Okay.
Okay.
So Ethan, you get 2 picks now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with my coach first. And I thought when you started speaking about a coach, I thought 100% you're taking him. It's Professor X
Ooh, that is a good
from
one.
X-Men.
Mm.
He's literally the coach of the X-Men. Like he has coaching experience. Same as Nick Fury with the Avengers. They're both they're both wanted as coaches for the same reasons because they are the coach to the superhero. So
Right.
it doesn't need much explanation. And for my forward, I'm gonna take Quicksilver.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I understand that the Flash is out there, but I was preparing for Marvel characters.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Quicksilver, and he and Professor X will have a fantastic relationship.
Yes. All right. I am going to take my forward, and I'm going to take someone that has already been mentioned, and I will take the Flash.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a good pick.
I mean, definition of speed. I mean, I'm not sure it. I'm sure somebody's done the research on who's faster, Quicksilver or Flash.
Yeah.
But either way, he is lightning fast. You know what? Actually,
No, not personally.
I'm taking Flash still, but I'm gonna put him as my defender.
Oh,
I want him to be able to man mark Quicksilver.
this guy.
I want him to be able to compete. So I'm taking Flash and I'm putting him as my defender. He's not going to be able to handle. So if Aaron takes like a strong big forward,
You should have picked a helicopter instead. That would have countered Quicksilver super easily.
that's very sad.
It is very sad. My bad, guys, for all you Quicksilver. The Quicksilver from
Age of
What-
Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
He gets rather cooked.
Yeah.
So if Aaron takes a really powerfully built forward, it's going to be tough for Quicksilver. But now
You need Flash.
excuse me, Flash. Now I'm going to
Nice
go with
use.
of my
Wait,
forward.
you're taking 2? You're not on the turn.
Oh,
You're not. I hope I get it.
who are you going to take?
I was gonna take as my defender, Black Panther.
No, that was my forward. No.
Well, which one? Which Black Panther? There's technically 3 to choose from. Nope, 4.
No.
What? Are you
take-
just talking about
ta-
different suits? What?
Well, because
Oh, I
Black
see what
Panther
you're
is a
saying, yeah.
title. Are you taking?
T'Chaka,
Are you
Okay.
T'Challa,
and
Shuri,
T'Challa.
and there's one
Yeah,
more.
T'Challa.
T'Challa. Yeah.
I really wanted T'Challa.
You can have Killmonger.
I don't want Killmonger. I want T'Challa.
He's dead though.
So is Killmonger. So is Quicksilver. Okay,
Well, I'm saying in real life.
that
but-
is
Whoa! Yeah.
that is a
Rest in peace,
good that is a
Chadwick
good
Boseman.
pick though.
And then as my forward, I was picking Human Torch.
Oh, that is another Chris Evans
Dang.
character. You're just spamming Chris Evans characters.
Well, as long as we don't have women in the back line, he's gonna be ineffective because he has his way with the women. But
So,
Mm.
who is your team so far, Aaron?
Midfielder, Captain America, as well as my captain.
Okay.
Goalie, Spider-Man. Defender, Black Panther, and forward, Human Torch.
Okay. So I have to go, and T'Challa's not there, which is heartbreaking.
yeah, that's a tough.
So I'm gonna take my goalkeeper now, or do I go with my forward? I still need a forward, and I still need a wild card.
Yeah.
I think there's enough options out of
Hand
forwards.
your coach. Wait, no, you don't hand your.
I have my coach. I think there's enough options out of forwards I can take. I do want to take. I'll take my goalkeeper just because, and I know Ethan said it's not a good idea to have women in the back line. This
With
is
Human Torch, yeah.
this is gonna be my woman as as my goalkeeper.
Ah.
I'm taking Mrs. Incredible,
Oh,
Elastigirl.
I like it.
I'm taking
Ooh,
Elastigirl.
That's
okay.
a good pick. She will punch quick. Human Torch. Like she's not swayed by other men.
No, and I'm not taking her just because of that. She is
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
able to
yeah,
cover
yeah.
the goal pretty much, and so she might not be able to die very well. I'm sure she can. Her ability is just she's going to stretch out a hand, snag that ball, stretch out a foot, take it away. So Elastigirl is my goalkeeper, and then I have Flash as my defender. I have Loki as my midfielder, and I have Nick Fury as my
Okay.
coach. I still need a forward and a wild card, and now it's Ethan. Your turn.
Okay, so I have 3 as of right now, correct?
Who do you have on
I
your
have
team?
Quicksilver, Groot, and Professor X.
Okay.
Quicksilver as my striker, Groot as my goalkeeper, and Professor X as my coach.
Okay, so take 2.
Yeah. So I can take. I've got a center back. I think this is a dangerous pick in center back. He basically is going to play like someone who doesn't know how to play soccer, but he probably will end up being very good. I'm assuming if I take Hulk, I get him when he's angry.
Yeah, you
right?
get Hulk, not Bruce Banner. You get Hulk.
Okay. And I'm going to take my wild card. And this is going to be a super.
Wait, so is Hulk your defender?
Hulk is my defender.
Okay.
And I'm taking my wild card. And this is going to be my another defender. And this back line is going to be a crazy wild back line that might not get the ball but will get the player.
and I'm gonna take Drax as my other center back.
Oh.
I might end up with no center backs just because they're both on red cards, but that's fine because you'll have no striker because I've killed them. So Drax and Hulk are my center back pairing.
So who do you still need?
I still need a midfielder.
Okay. I'm going to go with my forward now. And this guy, I might consider him to be like a veteran. Actually, he technically is a veteran, according to Marvel lore. But he's also superhuman. So he has that speed.
Mm-hmm.
He has that capability to stretch the back line. And I'm going with Bucky or the Winter Soldier. I'm taking him, and he is going to be able to, like, he might be getting old. And he might be getting a little beat up, but he still has that wily mind.
Yeah.
I just better hope that
I like it.
that who's the guy, Zemo?
Yeah.
I better hope that he's not.
I'm drafting him. I'm drafting him.
All right, so Bucky is my forward, and I still need a wild card. And then Aaron, you got to make your picks.
Yep. So as my wild card, I got another forward.
Okay.
And I was thinking Iceman, but then I was like, I could just go along with the Incredibles and go Frozone.
Yeah, there you go.
So Frozone, and then my coach as Odin.
Oh, that is a good pick. I
Thank
like
you.
that.
Solid.
But he's not very loud.
He's not very loud.
But he is a very authoritative figure.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's good. So is that you got all your players?
Yep.
So read off. Actually, we'll do that. We'll do that again.
Yeah,
Well,
at the end.
So I still got
You got
one more
one.
player to pick. I still got my wild card, and I think I'm gonna put him. Actually, no, I'm gonna put her at midfield, and I'm taking Wanda. I'm taking Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
So her and Loki are gonna be a very unique midfield duo, but I think they're gonna be a very effective midfield duo.
Okay.
All right, Ethan, you go.
So, I think you draft this guy just because of pure aura. And I'm also going to make him my captain. Probably the worst person to give captain, but I think with the people I've got, they're going to respect doers, not the talkers. I'm going to take Batman as my midfielder and
Interesting.
make him my captain. I don't
Interesting.
think he's going to be this super loved captain. He's going to not beat around the bush. I think if you put Rachel in front of like the opposing goal, Rachel, I'll score for you, Rachel. Rachel, no. You know, I think you can get Batman to do well. He has solid reflexes. He's very acrobatic.
The one thing with Batman is he doesn't have any physical like superpowers.
He's
He's a man.
Batman.
He is Batman. I recognize
He's-
that.
Batman.
I recognize
So
that.
I'm gonna take Batman.
All right.
And specifically the Christian Bale Batman.
Okay.
Because what other Batman would you take? You're dumb. So yeah, Batman as my captain, and that rounds out my team.
So read off your final list.
Okay, in goal, I have good old teenage Groot, pubescent Groot. My center back duo, the Big Bruisers, Hulk and Drax. Midfield, Batman, captain. Striker is Quicksilver, and my coach is Professor X.
Okay. I got Nick Fury as my coach. I have Elastigirl as my goalkeeper. I have Flash as my defender. I have a midfield pairing of Loki and Wanda, and my striker is Bucky, and that's also my
Like it.
captain.
Okay.
Solid team. Is he gonna put the captain's armband on his metal arm?
Yeah.
Okay, it might need to be
He's got-
magnetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paint it on or something.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Or just have it instead of his star.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
So I've got Black Panther as my defender.
He should have been mine.
I guess I probably should start with goalie. Goalie, Spider-Man, defender, Black Panther, forward or midfielder, Captain America, forward, Human Torch, and another forward as Frozone. And then my coach is Odin,
Rocking the double forward is ambitious.
And obviously your captain is
Captain America.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Who's your coach? Sorry.
Odin.
Odin. That's right.
I feel like we have pretty.
He can
solid
only see
teams.
one half of the field.
All right.
Yeah.
You will-
Should we go over some honorable mentions?
Yeah, if we have any honorable mentions that come to mind,
Thor.
we'll do it real
I think
quick.
Thor is an honorable
Yeah.
mention.
I think
Superman.
Thor and Superman are probably the biggest ones that missed the list.
Just because they're so stereotypical and perfect that like I don't want them.
Iron Man maybe, but
Iron Man would be a good one, but where do you
Yeah.
put him?
I think if I took him, I'd put him in midfield
I'll
just
put him as Waterboy.
to see him and Batman go at it. Iron Man and Batman, the two billionaire
Oh,
playboys go at it.
yes.
That'd be cool.
That I like it.
That'd be crazy.
Any
Um,
superheroes that missed your
Oh, Black Widow.
Black Widow? She'd be interesting
Mhm.
because she's like Batman. She doesn't have any physical abilities, but
yeah.
He has definitely some physical ability.
I mean she doesn't have like superpowers. I mean, yeah. Any superpowers?
I think Space Demon. You picked Dash from Incredibles. That's a solid one.
Yeah.
Jack's just a wild card.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't seen the show, but you could take Homelander from The
Oh,
Boys just like
no.
as like a crazy instigator.
yeah, that'd be insane.
Yeah.
But
That's more of like a Superman type though.
yeah,
No,
exactly. but
Homelander's
he's
not
like
Well, no,
he's
I
like,
know,
he's like
but like
evil
with
Superman.
abilities.
Like
Oh
abilities.
yeah. Okay.
We'll put all of our teams on our social media and probably on our we can do it on Spotify too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so all of our teams will be on social media and Spotify, so you guys can go ahead and vote there. Follow us on Instagram. If you're listening on any other app besides Spotify, just go over to Spotify if you guys want to vote. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for Ethan coming on as a guest.
Pleasure to be
Thank you
here.
for Henry for his comments and advice and everything over there in the corner. I wonder if you guys could actually hear him. But that is it for now. Make sure you guys like this video if you're watching it. Subscribe wherever you're watching / listening.
Follow and rate.
Follow and rate. Leave a comment to whatever we told you to comment. We told you multiple things to comment. Do all of it.
Do it.
And we will see you
Now.
guys in exactly 7 days. Adios.
All right. See ya.
Toodaloo.